The prophet stories are amazing, are amazing. We like to hear the prophet stories, prophet stories. We like to hear the prophet stories, prophet stories.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you, children?
Alhamdulillah. We are fine. We like to hear prophet stories from you.
Okay, mashallah. That's very good. The stories of the Prophet are important for all Muslims. Inshallah, today we will learn about the Prophet Adam, peace be upon him. Are you ready?
Yes!
Okay, let's start. Bismillah. Long ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the universe, the sun, the moon, and the earth. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create a human. So, He sent the angels to collect clay from this earth. The angels came to this earth and collected clay from different places. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made a shape of a man and called him Adam, peace be upon him. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept this figure for 40 years. The angels and Iblis were wondering, what was that? They were scared, but Iblis felt scared the most. One day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala breathed his spirit into Adam, peace be upon him. When the spirit reached his head, Adam, peace be upon him, sneezed. When the spirit reached his eyes, he looked at the fruits in paradise. When it reached his stomach, he felt hungry and he wanted to eat the fruits. He jumped in a hurry before the spirit could even reach his legs. So Adam, peace be upon him, fell. And Allah said that man is impatient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then ordered all the angels and Iblis to prostrate to Adam, peace be upon him. But this was to show respect to him, not to worship him. All of the angels were prostrating before Adam except Iblis. He thought he was better than Adam because he was created from fire, and Adam, peace be upon him, was created from clay. He even argued with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From that moment, Iblis became the shaitan, the evil one. Allah had cursed Iblis until the day of judgment. Shaitan understood his future, that Allah would throw him in the hellfire. So, he requested a special power from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so he could mislead the humans and take them to the hellfire with him. Allah accepted his last request and gave him the special power. Allah warned us, if anyone follows shaitan, he would throw them in the hellfire with Iblis. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the Quran to teach us how to be safe from shaitan.
Why did Iblis want to mislead the human?
Let's see. Does anyone know? Who can tell me?
I can tell. Because of a human, he became Shaitan the evil. That made him very mad. He wanted to harm the human and take them to the hellfire with him.
MashaAllah! That's great! He is the greatest enemy to all of us. Shaitan is the symbol of evil. The angels are the symbol of good. And humans, in this case Adam, is the symbol of knowledge. Adam was really smart because Allah had taught him all the names of everything.
How was Eve, the mother of mankind, created?
Well, as the years went by, Adam, peace be upon him, was alone in paradise. And he felt really lonely. One day, he slept for some time, and when he woke up, he saw a woman whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created from his shortest left rib. Adam, peace be upon him, asked her,
Who are you?
A woman.
Why have you been created?
So that you can find peace in me. The angels were trying to find out the knowledge of Adam, peace be upon him. So they asked him,
Oh Adam, what is her name?
Eve,
Why is her name Eve?
because she was created from something living.
Adam and Eve were living happily in paradise, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the permission to enjoy everything except for one tree. Allah told them Shaitan was their greatest enemy, and he would want both of them out of paradise. And they both understood that they were forbidden to eat the fruits of that tree. Many years had gone by, and Adam was only a human, and humans tend to forget. So Shaitan took Adam's weakness to his advantage. And one day, Shaitan whispered to Adam and Eve to eat the forbidden fruits. They forgot the warning that Allah gave them and decided to eat the fruits from the forbidden tree. They picked one of the fruits. They hardly finished eating when they felt their hearts pounding as it filled with pain, sadness, and shame. The surrounding atmosphere had changed and the internal music had stopped. They discovered that they were naked. They both covered themselves in leaves. They were in big trouble after they disobeyed Allah. Allah sent both of them out of paradise.
When did they come to earth?
It was Friday when they set foot on earth. Also, did you know it was Friday when Adam, peace be upon him, was created as well? That's why the best day of sunrise is Friday.
Where was the place they set foot on earth?
According to Ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Adam, peace be upon him, came down on As-Safa mountain, and Eve, peace be upon her, came down on Al-Marwa mountain. Adam knew that he had to face conflict and struggle on earth. He had to protect himself and his family with clothes and weapons and from the wild beasts. And above all, he had to struggle with the spirit of evil. Their new life started in the earth. They started the family with a set of twins, named Cain and his sister. Later, they had another set of twins, Abel and his sister. The family enjoyed the generous gifts and fruits from the earth provided by their Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The children grew up to be strong and healthy young adults. Cain was a farmer who grew crops in his land, and Abel was a shepherd who raised animals. When they were old enough to get married, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to Adam, peace be upon him, that each son should marry their other twin sister. That meant that Abel should marry Cain's twin sister, and Cain should marry Abel's twin sister. But Cain refused Allah's command. He wanted to marry his own twin sister. Adam, peace be upon him, was in difficulty. He wanted peace and harmony in his family. So he prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. Allah commanded that each son should offer a sacrifice, and whose offering was accepted would have the right to marry in his choice. Both were ready to sacrifice. Abel offered his very best animal, but Cain, who was a troublemaker, offered his worst grains. So far, Cain already made 2 mistakes. Who can tell me?
He disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's orders because he didn't want to marry Abel's sister.
And second, he didn't do his sacrifice properly. That's right. Do you think Cain's sacrifice would be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
No!
That's right. Allah didn't accept Cain's sacrifice because of his disobedience. This made Cain extremely angry. He realized that he had no hope marrying his own beautiful sister. His arrogance took him to the path of Shaitan, and Cain threatened to kill Abel. One day, Abel was running late from his work, so Adam sent Cain to see what happened to him. Cain got a chance to get to his brother alone. Cain was so mad that he struck his brother with a stone, killing him instantly. This was the first death and the first criminal act committed by man on earth. Shaitan misled the humans one more time. That's how crime started in the earth. When Abel was missing for some time, Adam began to search for him, but he couldn't find his beloved son anywhere. He asked Cain about Abel, but then Cain said,
I am not my brother's keeper.
After that, Adam understood that Abel was dead, and Adam was filled with great sadness.
What did Cain do with his brother's dead body?
Because Abel was the first person to die on earth, Cain didn't know what to do with it. He carried the body on his back, wandering from place to place, trying to hide it. As a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he sent 2 ravens that began fighting, causing the death of one bird. The victorious bird used its beak and claws to dig a hole in the ground, rolled the dead raven, and covered it with dirt. When Cain saw this, he was ashamed of himself. Cain then buried his brother, which was also the first burial of a man. Adam, peace be upon him, was depressed by the loss of 2 of his sons. One was dead, and the other was won over by Shaitan. He prayed for his sons and advised his other children and grandchildren, telling them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and calling them to believe in him. He told them about Shaitan and warned them by his own experience. He reminded how Shaitan tempted Cain to kill his brother, Abel. Years and years passed. Adam, peace be upon him, grew old, and he had many, many children in the earth. When Adam's death drew near, he appointed his son Seth to be the next guidance for human beings. When Adam's death was near, he felt an appetite for the fruits of paradise. So his children tried searching for the fruit. While they were searching, they met the angels. The angels told them to go back to Adam because he was dying. So they returned with the angels, and when Eve saw the angel of death, she recognized him and ran to Adam. Adam knew his wife was scared, but he told her that this was the time for him to go. And it's all because of Allah's will. Before his death, he told his children that Allah would never leave man alone on the earth, but he would send prophets to guide them. The prophets would have different names, traits, and miracles, but they would be united in one thing: to call to worship Allah alone. Adam, peace be upon him, closed his eyes, and the angels entered his room and surrounded him. When he recognized the angel of death among them, his heart smiled peacefully. So they took his soul and wrapped it. They prayed for him and dug a grave and laid him in it. This was the tradition at the time of death. This is the end of our story for today. Inshallah, next time we will enjoy another beautiful story of the prophets.
The prophet story.